Welcome to the Ginger Jungle. I've got fun and games. Yeah, okay, let's have no more singing, and we're going to have a bit of Title Tuesday. It's good to be back. Hello, everyone. Been away for a little bit. I'll tell you about my adventures very soon. And yeah, let's rock and roll, eh? Give us a like, give us a subscribe, all that palaver, you know, just to spice up my, I don't know, algorithm that I don't know anything about. I should have really learned how to use YouTube about 10 years ago, but I'm still learning. And let's play some chess. So my rating has taken a bit of a hit. Not sure what happened to that. Well, me playing shit doesn't help. And we're starting off with a Trompowsky, and I like the way Harry is doing some good stuff there. And I might just flick in a check to try and tempt him into playing this move, which he very wisely did not do. And this position looks okay. I'm thinking about playing the move g6 at the right time, and if bishop e7, I think I'll just put my queen here. g6 is a very interesting sacrifice, followed up with idea of e5 and bishop takes g6, but we try to play as many useful moves as we can first. Maybe even just connecting the rooks is a good way to play. Or where is my king best placed? I don't know. Okay, let's put it here. It looks a little bit strange. And my opponent wants to chat to me. He can sod off. I don't want to chat. I'm not here to chat. I'm here to crush. I'm here to crush. And how do we crush here? So he wants to quite possibly come over to queen side, so I'm just going to try to meet that with something like this. And I can also play on the queen side. Maybe I should do, because his knight's now coming in. Okay, if I go there, his rook comes in here, and I really want to do something in the center, but I don't think opening it up is correct as of yet. So what do we do here? Okay, we'll keep it solid. I say solid. I didn't want to do this because it takes my rook away from the h-file, but he's never going to castle, is he? That's just far too risky. Okay, he's playing some good moves. If I go here, he checks me, and now my king's looking a bit silly. This knight maneuver is actually very annoying. Okay, let's just go here. Not sure I like what I'm doing here. Can't lose to a 2100. That would just be horrendous. Okay, I'm very happy he did that. I was kind of waiting for him to do something which would open up this bishop. Really, I was kind of like, rather than doing this move first, and now he's going for a little tactic over here. This is getting quite spicy. He wants to take and come in with this one. Okay, right, I'm getting a phone call, typically, at this time, just as we expect. Okay, let's try this one. So here, check. I don't know, this is getting quite weird. It's going to be a bit of a race. Okay, now I want to take here, and if he checks, just move my king back. And stop ringing me. Don't you know it's Title Tuesday? Okay, right, so how do we defend against this check? Well, I probably have to move my king away now. You can probably hear my phone ringing away there. I'm sure it can wait. And this looks okay. But I should never really allowed him to get his counterplay on the queen side. That was a little bit slack. When I say looks okay, it's really still a big mess, isn't it? Because I don't know, these pieces over here could be quite dangerous, but his king side is surely there's some way through. So let's throw everything around, and now I'm hoping I'm going to land something like this. So his queen takes f7 an idea, rook takes check, take there. That's funky, isn't it? Is there even a safer way of doing it, like knight takes? Well, queen takes looks good. Let's do this. But even then, this stuff over here is not to be underestimated. And after this check, we will take here. And then he has to move his rook back. And I'm going to get a queen. Well, basically, I'm going to queen this pawn for the rook. But even then, I don't know, because he can take. It should be good. No, he can't take, so take there. But it's always nice when they resign. Oh, okay, good. A nice little tactic at the end there. And it felt like my kingside attack was always going to be pretty juicy in these positions. But it was a bit worrying because he played this very clever idea. He got this counterplay. And if he then decided to play d5 to get his bishop in the game. But actually, this d5 move, with the idea of taking it, is a massive mistake. I actually think if he doesn't play that, and he just sits here, his position's okay. He can't castle because he'll get mated on the h-file. But he's kind of just got to wait, and that's what I'm trying to do here as well. I'm trying to find a way through without playing this move. So if I play e5, it opens up his bishop and stuff like that. So maybe I'm going to play like queen f4, and ideally I want to double up over here, but I'm going to have to give up my queen side to do that. So it was quite interesting, actually. Quite an interesting double-edged game. Alright, well, it's nice to be back playing Title Tuesday. I look very white on this camera, and it's not because I have some horrible tropical disease. Well, I might do, I don't know. I haven't been checked out at the Tropical Disease Centre for a while now. Last time I went there when I came back from Ireland, and I was alright. This time, Iceland, tropical disease in Iceland, quite possible. And I went over there, and I had the most amazing time. Bloody hell, Iceland is phenomenal. I played a tournament for 3 days. I came first equal. Get in there, son. Give me a little bit more confidence. And I stayed on a farm for 2 days with Herman and his family in the north of Iceland. And it's a massive area in the north of Iceland. I think it's called Godin area. And there's only something like 4,500 people live there. So the farms are jotted about all over the place. But it's so beautiful. And we're playing chess by a lake, and I can't pronounce anything in Icelandic. Maitrar, something like that. And it was like this magical lake where volcano things have erupted, and there's craters, and there's this beautiful lake, and oh my god, and mountains, and yeah, I'm getting a bit too excited. I may have just wet my pants there. And it was really good. Everyone was so friendly. Icelandic people were just so nice. I mean, I'll tell you a little story just to show how friendly they were. In round 4 or 5, I was playing Grandmaster Frosta, a Grandmaster from Iceland who was half a point ahead of me leading the tournament. I managed to win that game, and you would have thought, like most people, he loses a lead in the tournament, he would have been very upset. But first thing he does, he says, do you want to lift back to the hotel? Which is a 10-minute walk, but I'm lazy, so it's a beautiful walk, but I thought, okay, I'm actually thirsty, want a beer. I was like, cheers, Froster. And I thought, this is very nice. I've just beaten him. He's offering me a lift. Woo, like it. Then as soon as I get in the car, it just gets better. He goes, do you want a beer? And I'm like, what are you? You've got a moving bar and wheels here. And he pulls out a beer, hands me a beer, and I'm like, oh my God. So I beat you, I'm getting a lift home, I've got a beer, what's coming next? And then he's like, and it was great. So, and then he said, yes, how many people, would lose and then have this hospitality? And he was one of many people who were just magical and very, very nice. And this tournament's happening again in 2027. You can fly to Akaveri from England. I got return flight for about 100 quid. Beautiful place. It's about an hour and a half from there. You can hire out a car. Beautiful hotel. Most amazing tournament I've ever played. And I've played around the world. I've played in amazing places. India, all around Europe. Lots of cool places. But this place was just the best. So make sure you play next time. Right, okay, let's get ready for round 2 and see if we can kick some butt. Shall we? I think we shall. We'll try. Little bit shady parts in that game, but we're warming up, so let's see what we can do. Okay, so second game we have white again, and we're playing Grandmaster Vladislav Kovalev, who I played, I believe, let's play C4 in the Isle of Man competition. I think originally he was from Belarus, and he was very strong, like 2650 FIDE, maybe higher. Quite a young player, and I think he's originally from Belarus. I don't know where he resides now, because obviously there's been a lot of shit going on, hasn't there? Okay, so we're going to try the Harry variation out, and I'm just going to probe the idea now of playing h5. So we're going to try to see if he wants to stop that or allow me to play it. So he does stop me. And I haven't looked at this position for a long time, but the general principle is that you don't want them to play f5, and you can use this square. That is the general principle. So the next thing I'm going to do is maybe tempt the possibility of just taking that knight. I don't see why I shouldn't do that. My opponent's allowing me to do that, and we can also take this one, but then he takes with the h pawn. So let's give up the dark squares. It's quite risky. But now if I play e3, he might come in here. Can we play some stuff with d6 potentially? Okay, so I want to just kick this knight away. He's got bishop here. If I go here, bishop here, here. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be worried about that. It's a weird position already. There's also d6 is kind of like, I should probably play what I feel I should play. What I mean is I should play what. Can we go here and go d6? Okay, let's try. It looks interesting. With the idea of just trying to play d6. I could play it a lot slower. It's a weird position. I mean, the thing is, if f6, I might even jump in. The other way to play was something like queen here, f3, kick this knight away. His bishop, if it ever gets on the other side of this pawn, I'm in trouble. So I've got to try to keep his bishop trapped in. And he can try to free it like this at the right time. But the main idea obviously behind this is to play d6. Which, I don't know. I don't even know if it's a good idea. But he can play rook a6 now, which probably helps him even. So I have my doubts about this knight move. I mean, rook a6, d6 takes. Okay, so he's going here. So d6, he wants to take my knight. And he generally wants to take my knight, doesn't he? So how is that going to turn out? It's really, we get really weird positions with this. So I don't even know if I want to allow that or not. d6 takes, and then you can take here, and I have bishop here, and even that is okay. I'm going to try d6 anyway. Let's just try it. Pawn sacrifice. So with the idea of using the c4 square and trying to use the light squares, so sacrificing a pawn to try and create some pressure against f7. And the other idea is simply to take his knight. So if he takes here, I have two ideas. Eliminate the knight, that's a simple option, or play for more with this one. So we will see. So I think he has to do this. Now I can eliminate and come over here with a queen, or we can play like so. And one of these is good. I mean, taking the queen and bishop c4. But I think we're just going to get rid of this one. We'll play it safe for now. Trying to play against the bishop. I say it's safe because I'm not sacrificing a pawn this way. If he comes in, I'll probably have to come back. And otherwise, I think I can castle. And he can't castle easily because he's got to worry about, first of all, rook d1 and stuff like that. Okay, I will castle because I want rook d1. And he'd love to swap queens off, but we might better do that. But I don't want to necessarily do that, do I? Okay. Have I just lost this pawn? I was hoping I have this, which looks like a threat to me. This is, and I want to have time to play g3, but he's got f3, and then I have to play rook here anyway. But then I was worried that maybe he got queen e7 takes, king takes. But then I can check and bring the knight back here. So I don't know. It would have been obviously safer to take the queens and then play like g3. That might have been enough for a nice advantage. But this is more testing this move. And if he castles, I've still got h5. So he's got to play with care here. well, h5 is clearly critical, but do we play? I'm playing so safe in this game. Maybe I should not be playing so safe. It's a little bit wimpish for me the way I'm playing this. Just going for a small edge. But I don't even know if I've got an edge because he's getting all this going on over here now. Okay, this is not great the way I'm playing this. I should have played it far too quietly, and now I've given him these pawns and I've allowed this bishop out. So rather silly. Don't want to play f3. Had to play quick here. Okay, I have to play this. Can my king get in? He want to get his rook in. Okay, I'm going to play this. Oh, he's got big check. That was a terrible move. Why did I do that? This is the move I wanted. Fuck knows what's happening. So I've gone quiet. Get in there! Yeah, I mean, I'm probably winning at the end, but it's probably because he was short of time that we got there. So, whoa, I won a game against someone good. And, yeah, I mean, it was quite interesting. I was probably pushing for a lot of it, but then he definitely took over at the end. But he forgot to put his rook in on the h-file when he was short of time. Had he done that at the end, I think I'm just very easy losing. He started playing these pawn breaks, which he didn't need to do. And obviously this final position is winning because I've blockaded his pawns. My king's just coming to d2, or I'm just going to take this pawn. He can't do anything. This pawn's going to queen. This pawn's coming up. But it was quite intriguing, wasn't it? I mean, was this knight b5 a good idea? I don't know. Maybe we'll have a little look at the game review just to see. And I'll just get rid of some of these screens. Bear with me. And,
way to finish off the game, accurately converting your endgame advantage into a win.
Yeah, we both made a fair few mistakes, and you could see in the ending he was clearly in charge. It was only when I mean, maybe a little bit lucky, but hey ho, you make your own luck in chess, don't you? That's what I believe. So this is interesting opening, and I wonder what I should do. And the first thinking place was around here. Maybe it just says go f3. Maybe f3 is much safer, right, to stop this knight coming in. I don't need to rush. Just play f3. So that would have probably... That's what I'll do in future, because this got very tricky when he threw his knight at me. And even though saying that, this still looked quite tempting, didn't it? And now it wants me just to defend the h-pawn. It doesn't necessarily like this idea, but this was really interesting. And here, okay, I took on h4. There was other ways to play, but the safest... And now, well, I could have gone for the ending immediately with this move. Okay, well, we're in with another game, and we got black now. So we're playing another quite famous player. Timofeev is a famous Russian player. And, yeah, so we need to just... sorry, I just need to make a... And what should we do? Well, I think we will play our... I'm just wondering if I played him. I might have played him a long time ago, but I'm very happy to get this Dutch position. One of my favourite positions, of course. And he's not playing with the fianchetto, which is all right. And we'll wait and see where he puts his king. And I think we're just going to get quite standard development here. So I'm just going to try to put my knight here and then decide what to do. He can push d4, which I'd probably be tempted to do if I was him. And this is another idea. And if I go here, maybe then he'll play this. But okay, let's play it. Because I want to close things up a little bit. If here, I'm probably going to go e4. And I can also take this one first, then play that. I don't know which is better. Let's do that. This is quite interesting because it gives me this nice potential pawn stormy thing here. And now this is one idea, but let's get rid of that bishop. I'm just keeping it very, very simple. And if he takes, maybe even my bishop can come here. So he's come back, but now g5 ideas become much more likely. So if d5, can I play like that? Or do we, I mean, I want to go g5. Okay, let's go g5. Let's just go for it. Let's just see if we can get some kind of kingside attack moving with f4. I don't know. I mean, at d5 I don't need to play. I think he's played it himself because I'm hoping this square is going to be very useful. Okay, let's come in. Let's do it. It's a very strange position. I've got to watch out for tactics of taking. And instead he's trying to blast open some lines over here. That's probably a good move. So takes, knight takes. This. Okay. I forgot if here I can play this. I want to hold this square. Very tense at the moment. He's a much quicker player than the last guy I played, which is always scary. And I want sort of one more move probably to... and also c5 is a nice square, so maybe I want this. I'm worried about his knight sometimes coming in. Okay, so I need to defend this pawn, that's clear. Now I've got maybe f4 ideas. I'm hoping this could be an attack at some point. That bishop looks strong to me, so I will eliminate. And this mouse is still a bit funny. It's my excuses. I'm getting my excuses in already. And, okay, so knight here. He's going to come in here otherwise. Knight c5. How was that? Or do I play this one? Let's try this. I want to move that knight away so I can get the e5 square. Really tense position still. My knight also has c5, of course. And now his knight will most likely come in here, and I'm going to move my knight in. Okay, so he's coming this way. Also looks very good. Here. But I'm going to win the exchange, aren't I, in this position? Because I've got knight c5. Oh, he's got knight here. And then knight c5. Rook takes, queen takes, knight takes d3. Rook, knight takes here, rook takes. So knight there's the only move to save him. And this, I don't know what this ending's like. This mouse is fucking crap. So I think he probably should play this now. And he doesn't. He sacrifices the exchange. Also quite logical. So I'm going to grab this. Otherwise I'm in trouble. And what is this position like? So his knight's coming in here as well. His knights are bloody good, aren't they? But I have to get out the way of something to do with this. And here comes his knight. Now which rook do I move? This is very hard to play correct, this position. Need to feel like give a pawn back or something here. Do I get this bishop out of the way? Very hard to play this. Okay, let's get the bishop out of the way. Now I know he's coming in as well. Have to play here. Should have moved the rook to e8. Should have gone with that. And this is now a bit tricky with this queen coming in. Queen coming in. Queen f7. And this is obviously much more scary. His knights are just so strong here. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Yeah, I don't see how I'm going to get out of this one. Don't see how I'm going to get out of this. Takes. Can't really swap. He has here. He has everything. Ugh, this is horrible. Horrible position. Okay, I'm going to keep the queens on because, or the knight or this on, because that just looks really bad. I'm not saying this is much better because he's got the f6 square. He's got this diagonal. He's got lots of things. There's probably just a win here. Maybe rook f7 is the simplest. I think queen check. This is most likely winning as well. I have to go here. Has he found the win? Knight f6 check. Is that the win? It might well be. I'm going to play it out, obviously. And now he just goes here and he wins my queen. So nice finish there from my opponent. Okay, that was a tough game. Yeah, at some point it must have been absolutely fine, but we just played the middle game a little bit hesitantly. So around about here, yeah, I'm doing all right, as you can see, but it goes downhill. Let's see what mistake I make when I play this move. I should play g4 first, because then I stop his knight coming here. I need to force this very good knight to a weaker square. I need to force it back. So if I play g4 and then come in straight away, that's the way to play. Okay, next game at your end will start very quickly. And yeah, be with you in a sec. Okay, a game I'd love to win because we want to get to 3 out of 4, and we're playing Krikor, who is, as you know, I'm sure, a very good player and streamer. He's very quick. Love his streams, and a nice guy. I met him in Iceland once, and I can't remember if we end up going to a nightclub or something. That wouldn't surprise me. And he's playing a line which I remember I looked at a long time ago. David Howe played this against me, and he can consider this move, and I think I have to check and then move the knight back. If he doesn't do that, I might try now just to go into my favourite Stonewall. Should we try that? You know, with the knight on c6, I think the Stonewall is still very playable, and I'm going to throw this in here with the idea of, you know, punting the h-pawn. And this, by the way, the DVD course will be coming out this week, hopefully. It's finished now. It is pretty much finished. I am so close to getting it out. So stay alert for that. And this is the main idea of that DVD course, just to attack with this. And it takes a lot of players by surprise. And my opponent may not be used to this as well. So we're going to capture here. And now this is the safe way to play. And this position already should be a little bit better for black. If he takes the h-pawn, very risky, because I'm now going to bring my queen over to one of these two squares, and this is all on this kind of idea is all on the course that will be coming out very shortly, and this is very, very risky. You know, I've got the idea queen here. He probably has to play this, and now let's just continue. And yeah, I'm just wondering if I took that the right way. Could have done it another way, but let's try to get it out this way. I want to get queenside castled as well. And I don't know, I kind of feel like maybe allowing a knight in there, I could have done this better. But one idea is to take the knight and come to h5. And I'm wondering if he can go e6. He shouldn't be able to. And I'd love also just to finish my development, but maybe I'm being a bit greedy trying to get everything there. The simplest might be to take here and just throw in some checkmate. So this is a line where I have to keep an eye on e6, but if it doesn't go e6, I've got a great square for my bishop, and it means I can complete my development in peace. And then I can even just play this kind of idea with some major threats. So the opening's been a success. I mean, I'm so good at butchering positions. Maybe it doesn't matter so much, but the opening has clearly been a success. And next move, we're going to come in. So he might well sacrifice here. Do we go g5 first? He's going to try to block everything up over here. Okay, well, let's come in. Let's just put the queen there. Might give us some potential on this side of the board. And now, if I castle, he might want to counter-sacrifice, but the other option is to go g5 now. Let's play g5 now. I could have gone knight there. It was interesting. But I want to try to move my knight to g6, combine with castling, get the knight around. Is that being too ambitious? Very, very possible. I'm trying to... I need to stop his counterplay. So he moves the knight, and I must eliminate that knight. The queen's now coming off. That's a little bit of a shame. But my structure should still be quite pleasant. So he can exchange queens, and he's probably wise to do that because it takes away a lot of the ideas of him getting checkmated. And now we will still try and attack on the king side with this idea. f3, I can take on g3. And do we swing the rook over anyway? I guess we do. Let's do it. Are we going to get anywhere on the king side? Well, we have ideas of f4. And we have ideas of g4. Now f4, interesting, takes bishop h3, but is that too much? He's relying on me to do something like this. f4 takes, then bishop here, takes here, takes, check. Can't see the win, so I'm just going to play a move because I'm getting short time and just trying to keep an eye on his counterplay for now. Now this is also interesting, but let's come in because we might have knight takes here now. Now how do we make progress over here? This is the key question. I'm probably playing, do I bring the bishop around very slowly? It looks very slow. Do we even play this and go for f4 this way, taking my rook away from the h file? Okay, we're going to go for this. We have to do some action. Now if he takes everything there, which square is best? Could it be this square that's even better? Not sure. g3 seemed very, very normal in that position. And he's going to go rook here. He's defending extremely well in a very tricky position he had. And I hope I'm not throwing away my advantage too much here with his defensive ideas. And now I want to put the knight on e6. That is definitely what we need to do. This pawn is also a weakness, so let's aim for that. And this consolidates my position very nicely. But how do we push here? Do we come in with a bishop, hope to find a better square? I've got a lovely position, very nice. He can hardly move, and we will just lock things down for now with this. But we still need to find a way to win this position. I don't know how. Let's stop his bishop going to h3 first of all. Try to get the king in. The king come as actively as possible up the board. Let's swap the bishops off if we can. He comes back here, missed that one. We come back, change plans. Does he come in here? We try to get the knight in, but could have maybe come even. Let's go even further. Oh, he's attacking my pawn. I've got to come back. Let's try to go even further in. Risky stuff. Now if the bishop comes in, we get rid of the bishops. Is that going to help me? Not sure how we're going to break through here. Can we break through? I can't see how we break through in this position. It might just be a draw. He's defending pretty well. I could flick this check in, but my king is not going anywhere. And I can't see any way to make progress here, so I think a draw is most likely a fair result here, right? Okay, well, we're certainly pushing that game. We're better, and he defended extremely well there. The opening was another success, but I wonder where we really missed it again. God, I had a major position, didn't I? And the more pieces that get exchanged, the more it seemed he was able to defend. Even that ending was quite tricky. But let's go back. And this was massive. I have everything I wanted. Even though the computer, wow, it likes white. Crazy. I don't believe that for a second. But let's have a look. So this seemed like my initiative was very strong. And as soon as we got this in, it was massive. Now, did I put the knight on the right square? I did. But this is where I started to go wrong. I should have played bishop here and maybe knight back immediately. Because that, according to the computer, actually wins the pawn. So that was the one mistake. But quite a close game. And the opening, as we can see, nice advantage for white. For black, even. I was black. Straight out the opening. So yeah, so this course on this very unique Dutch variation, it will be coming out this week. So make sure you get a copy. A lot of work has gone into it. It will show you how to play this new opening. I think it's the only material on it you will find in the world, so you're getting some secret information. It's going to come out soon. Let's take another short break before the next round. Okay, well, we started with 2.5 out of 4. Pretty solid, as we're playing some good players, but we need a good middle part. Feels like I'm playing all right. Not really taking my chances, though. I mean, play some great players, but let's have a good second bit. And we're starting with a Slav. I could do the normal stuff, but I'm going to play this crazy G4 move. Have a pawn, bring it on, the cowboy's coming. Just want a bit of chaos in this game, why not? And I have played this. This is an idea actually of Matthew Sadler, and he had some crazy video on it where you give up 2 pawns and you don't get a great deal in return, but you do get a G-file and you do get the castle this way. So we're going to go for that, and the positions, I don't know, they're reasonably interesting. So I could come in here, but I'm going to go H4, and we're following basically some crazy idea that again was in the Sadler video. I can't remember much of it. I think it went takes E4, and you get some mayhem there, but I don't know, it's probably not enough. The computer's going to say that white's an idiot, but I'm used to being called an idiot. That's part of my life, being an idiot. So we're going to go H4. We're not really threatening this one because a knight takes. So how are we going to attack after this? Do we play E4 here? Do we just play King B1? Let's just play King B1. It is a blitz game. The king's going to be useful over there. And maybe I'm going to hold or play this E4 move shortly. I'm thinking about throwing the bishop in here, but E4 looks natural. The only thing that puts me off is that everything gets exchanged here. And then there's a knight F6. And do I really want to do that? Does that help? So my opponent's gone to grab the pawn, which looks very logical. And now I really want to get this to work. But let's throw the bishop in, play E5, and then play H5. And we can try to get some attack going then. So if he comes this way, well, I'm hoping his knight's going to be sidetracked a little bit there. If it comes logically in the center, then I'll just keep pushing the pawn. So if the knight comes here, maybe we can move our knight into the center. Let's do that. That is a better square for the knight, controls this square. And I want to set up some sacrifices on one of these 2 squares. So, like I said, we're 2 pawns down. A crazy idea. I don't think any Grandmaster apart from me has played it. Just shows that I'm not really right in the head, but everyone knows that already. And now we're going to get ready for something big to happen on F7 or H7. It's got to work. Otherwise, this is nonsense. We also maybe have bishop E2. We can get the last piece in the game. I don't know if I moved the right knight there, but we can also try to attack that knight. And if the knight comes in, then play H5. So we just got to keep the pressure going. Now, does something like this work? Takes, here, check, king here, knight takes H7. That's quite interesting. Or takes. Okay, so he's blasting things open, and I think I've got to keep the position open right. So I've got to take here, because if it closes down, then I'm going to be less chance to break through. But this is a bit annoying to do this, because I have a nice hold. I could play positionally, but no, we're just going to keep it open. We've got to keep it fluid. Okay, now, bishop here seems like the most sensible move, but we can also take that one. Which one do we do? Okay, let's go bishop here. And that bishop was on pre in a lot of variations. We're going to try to keep this niche going. Now, do I take with a queen? But then he takes here. So take with a knight. But now I can't take on H7. If he takes here, I can take with a pawn. Now C5 is the kind of break I have to watch out for. But knight takes looks all right. And we need to get through to his king. This kind of idea is in the agenda. So here, we're definitely taking this way. And do we have some craziness with this next? Well, we've won 1 pawn back. I might also just be able to play a move like this. Or maybe here. Maybe this is right. Try to get rid of that knight and open up the connection to the rooks. So he stops that for now. And, okay, rook here. My first thought. F3, try to play rook H1 is very interesting. Let's play this move. Now he's going to take the bishop off most likely. Do we take him first? There's a lot to think about here. Always isn't there when you're playing these crazy games. Rook here is very interesting, but then if If his queen comes in, what am I doing next there? Do I just double rooks? Let's just double rooks. Oh, he's going to take here then. Okay, we'll play this. I'm not sure about this because now he can take and bring his knight in. But then I have rook g4, queen here. And if he takes and brings his knight in, maybe my knight can come to f6. So if he comes in, maybe my knight can travel like this. So he hasn't done that. And now I really want to move my rooks. This is my idea. It takes it away. Now, is this anything? I've also got this one as well. There's, again, so much going on. Here takes... Very tempting. Very tempting. Okay, let's go for it. Let's go in. Okay, see where he's going to put his rook. I want this, but he stopped me from doing that for now. And can I also give up more material and play this? This is getting a little bit too much, I feel. A little bit too much. Okay, we have to maybe go for this, but it feels like he's defending well now. I don't know, didn't like this move actually, now the more I look at it. Now I could take and go e6. Taking here, he takes there, probably. This bishop is very good. Okay, we're gonna... I don't really believe it. Don't believe it. Don't believe it, guys. This knight... I don't know. We'll take this one. Check here, but worst case, he can just take this off. And he's eliminated a lot of pieces. I have to avoid exchange of queens. I can't allow him to go here. This is my only chance, but now he's defended. He has defended well. Okay, I'm really punting here now. Bummer. This was looking very positive at one stage, but I think I threw a bit too much wood in the fire, right? Well, it's a problem I often have. We can still keep punting, fighting away. If we can win this pawn, who knows? Can we get on the back somehow? Threatening a cheeky check, maybe. But he can take here. So he's coming through this way. Check. He comes back. Oh, this is scary. This is scary stuff. I've got to go here. Holding on. Dear life here. And now I've got to try to get something happening. He's coming around this way. And his rook comes back. Got 1 second left. Ah! Oh, that was annoying. Oh, we had a lovely initiative there, but didn't finish it off in the right way, did I? His f5 was a good move, and that was where it got very interesting. So, okay, so around here I've got a big advantage. So the opening again has done its job, but I didn't play it well. So I should just move in immediately with the knight, and that does seem like a good move. But this f5 came. I played it a little bit too aggressive. Like I said, knight c5 was a good positional move. I didn't need to go for the king. But was there something strong here? So I should have taken this and come this way. But it's so complicated. It's hard to find the right move. And after knight takes e4, knight takes was the big mistake. I had to take with the queen. And it actually makes a lot of sense. I was worried about queen d5, but my knight needs to have these ideas. So this was the big mistake. I should have just gone with my gut feeling, keep ideas and knight here on the agenda. And actually the one thing I was worried about was bishop takes here, but I guess I just take with the queen. And he's losing a lot of defenders. So this is where it started to go wrong. And he got his bishop to a very nice square. And now he defended pretty well. Kind of missed his queen could come in. And yeah, this is not working now, is it? It's clear it wasn't working around here. Alright, so some tough games. They've been very close, been very interesting. And I need to now get a big score. Forget about the interesting close games. Let's try to get three out of the next three coming up. Just next game start any second. Right, so again, we must win here. And he's playing the tricky b3 line. So I'm going to stick with this interesting e4, which is my pet line against this. But I do often find that I get a little bit overextended when they play in this very sensible way, as he's doing here. And I think I'm just going to keep it a bit more solid by capturing and not trying to hold on to my pawn on that square, which I do on numerous occasions. Now, development is what we go for. We have a little bit more space in this position. And how do we play this? Well, c4 is the move I'm figuring he's going to go for, which he does. And he's going to take this one. Now, I can try to bring my knights in. It's one way to do it. Or I can go this way and play it a little bit more quieter. Let's do this. Many things will get exchanged. It's not the most ambitious move, but at least gets rid of his annoying bishop. That bishop is very strong in these lines. And we're going to now go into a much calmer structure. Hopefully there's nothing going on here where it's going to be a bit of a maneuvering game. Now, that's quite an annoying move, because if I move my knight, he's going to damage my pawn. So maybe I have to go here with the aim of taking with the rook. So I don't want to take with a pawn, because that's a big weakness on the d file. Yeah, it's quite nice to play a bit again. We'll get back into the swing of the title Tuesdays. I mean, I haven't played for a while, so you know it's a little bit of warming up to get into this. I mean, excuses. I hear you shouting. And I'm going to need some here, because he's coming right through the middle of the board, which is a bit frustrating, and I don't want to allow his rook in. Okay, but that's a bit strange, because now I can do a bit of pinny action myself, and open files are very important. If he has to move his rook away, then after c6, yes, I do get a bit of a funny pawn, but I've got control of the file, which hopefully will compensate for it. So do we come into this square immediately? Let's try that. Let's come in. Pretty standard ending. Don't know, probably about even. I've got the open file, but he's now aiming to take that away from me, which I don't want to do. I've got to move this away somewhere sensible and keep this open file. But my pawn's possibly a little bit weaker than his here, so we've got to use our pawns. The only way we're going to win this is use our pawns and at some point try to get in with the rook. I'd rather be black here just because of the open file. Open file's very important in these positions. Yeah, so like I said, I probably saying earlier, I was over in Iceland playing this tournament, and it was literally the most amazing tournament that I've ever been to. It was a brilliant tournament. Am I just letting him do this without any? Why am I letting him do this? Should I be letting him do this? It was a brilliant tournament. Go here maybe? I don't know. For the first 2 days I was staying with a farmer in the middle of nowhere, and that was quite an experience. It was quite interesting. He was a lovely guy, Herman. Hello Herman, if you're watching. Brilliant guy. And his wife and you know his whole family looked after me, which was something quite special. And it was funny, little things like I was trying to give up smoking at the time, and I saw him having nicotine gums, and I was like, oh, so you've just given up smoking? He's like, yes, I've just given up. And I was like, oh, okay. So I was like trying to get the nerve up to ask him for a cigarette, because I didn't bring any with me. My opponent's offered me a draw here. That is just like, don't even think about it. I mean, don't even think about it. No, we're not drawing. And so I thought I'd say, oh, how long have you like not been smoking for? Has it been like maybe like a couple of days, a week, because you're obviously having quite a lot of these nicotine tablets? And he goes, yeah, 18 years. And I was like, what? 18 years? I was like, okay. So he's been on the nicotine gum for 18 years. Should be thinking more about my position here, but we're not. So takes here, takes check, king here. Not sure I like that. Now takes, check, rook here, rook b6, and not sure okay, that's possible. Oh no, what was that? I didn't even mean to do that, but it might be the best way. Now we can go here. I didn't even think about that one. What was I doing? I was doing these funky colours, and suddenly like, yeah, okay, so we've got a passport. Woohoo! Now the whole thing is, if he moves this, I'm going to try to come in here. So that was funny, and it was like it was a good setting for a horror film. This place he lived in, just because it was in the middle of nowhere in Iceland. And there was another thing. It was like his son said, "Oh, we have a ghost here." I'm like, "Oh, great, here we go." I'm not a great fan of ghosts. This is getting very risky. I could lose this one now the way I'm playing. But we're relying. Look at this. This is weird. We're relying on something going on. And he basically said they had like a little farm shed away from the house, and they said they were going to build like something that connect the two. And this is in the middle of nowhere. Literally, the next farm is miles away. And he said, "Oh yeah, we were digging to try and connect the two, but we found some human bones. So we thought, we'll just stop and we'll put the mud back and just leave it." And I was thinking, what? I was like, that's not normal. You don't just find human bones, do you? Who does that? What kind of lunatic are you guys? Right. Anyway, let's try to win this ending. I'm getting short time. It's a race. I think my pawns are ahead. I can still count. Human bones. And I was thinking, is that the last person who stayed here? You're not going to make some soup out of me, are you? Some ginger soup? But no, I'm joking. They were really, really friendly, and I had unbelievable time. With the whole thing, and they cooked some amazing meals. We had some fresh lamb, and it was magical. Okay, looks like I'm ahead here, right? I'm like two tempo ahead, so the risk did pay off. We are going to queen first, and this is not going to work for him because I have an extra queen. And extra queens are generally very useful, especially when you can take things with them. My opponent has not worked out where the resign button is, so we'll play on, and he has. Well done, sir. You worked out where the button was. We needed to win that one. We need to win the next two. What are we on? 3.5 out of how many games we had? Let's have a look. 6. So we're over 50%. I'll try to get back to it slowly. I've played some tough games, like 7.5. That would be a good score. So we need to get a lot of points out of a lot of games. Is that right? So we need to get 4 out of 5. That's doable. We need to win the next two first. Yeah, so Iceland, it was honestly the most magical tournament I've been to. Like I said, everyone was so friendly. It was a brilliant chess tournament, good social event in the evening. It was kind of like you take the best Irish tournaments, and the Irish tournaments are known for their hospitality, their singing and drinking and enjoying yourselves in the evening. Then you've thrown it onto this alien planet. Whoa, in northern Iceland. It was amazing. I flew into Akureyri, and then I went to this northern town, which I can't remember how you pronounce it. It was Usavek. And it's where this Eurovision film is filmed. And I did a simul there at a bar. Got some free beer. It was lovely, lovely jubbly. So a lot of fun. Okay, right. So we're playing all right today. I think we could have many more points. That last game was a decent ending. I think. Don't offer me draws, cheeky bastards. And we will persist. 2 out of 2, and let's get to 7.5, and be like, yay, 7.5. Ooh. That's the aim. So let's see what we can do. Next game starting any second now. Okay, we're playing harsh player here. You see what I did there? Very clever. And against a harsh player, we should play a harsh opening. Let's play the black line. Let's make it rah, rah. And it's got a nice rating. Obviously, a good player. And you know what I feel about the Indian and Chinese players. I always barely poo myself just because they do tinge me with a great amount of fear. And maybe I could have gone b5 there, but I want to try and get this malarkey with this in. Now this is actually a pretty decent move. Now g6 is something I've always done here, but it's probably better with white doing it with a rook on f1. Because moving the knight in there is something that should be respected. And it's quite hard to get rid of this. So if I move this knight, then I'm attacked this one. But if I move there, is g5 really gonna help me? Let's go for this. It's a blitz game after all. I can't spend forever on the position. I remember I looked at this a long time ago, and now I'm gonna go here with the normal sort of black line ideas, because he's given me this hook. But I'd rather this knight was on this square, that's for sure. And we have to now maneuver our pieces around. I suppose I could do the other knight here. These positions always confuse me. And he's playing this knight in, which is very logical, actually. He wants to get it into this square. So maybe when he goes to g3, I need to play this first of all, just to get some confusion. And now he is coming in here, but we're taking a pawn over here. So this is getting quite crazy here. And is there any immediate threats? I don't think so, but I've got to watch out for this pawn. Check. Taking here. Mad position. Do I eliminate this first, or do I... Let's bring this guy in first of all. So I block the bishop out. The knight looks quite funky. This is just a really exciting position that we have. His knights have found good squares, but I have this weird pawn. The issue I'm going to have is breaking through this boundary on f5, because he stabilized it very nicely. And what I'm thinking is, if I take it straight away, I can't see anything. So he's gone for this. Now, this I thought would give me more options. And it should do. Takes here, rook here, but is there something very clever here? Well, I need to take this, don't I, because of this pawn. Now rook here takes, bishop takes. His queen's coming in. My bishop stops. I think I should go here. I really want to get castle now, because this is clearly what he's going to play. He's going to throw this in. Yeah, he's a good player, but I'm hoping now I can get castled. Let's start with this, because the bishop stops it. Now, if I castle now, how's that going to work? Now, do I have something even better? Can I just even take something here? Has he got a threat? Now he's going to... So castles I really want to play. Bishop takes rook here, so he has to go queen takes. Now, that position is quite interesting. I think I'm going to have to castle, because my king seems a little bit too weak. So he has to take with the queen, because bishop takes, I go here. And after queen takes, my idea is to just put the rook here, basically, at some point. I probably take the queens off first and go rook here. And I try to claim that my two bishops are very juicy, but this is an annoying h-pawn. So this is what I'm thinking. We take, we go here. I could have gone rook there, but the h-file seems a bit more important. And now I'd love to sneak into this square, but then he has checks. So I think we've got to take this one. We want to keep control. And he might well put a rook on d1, but we're going to try to plonk everything over here. This knight defends, so we're going to have to also come up with ideas like this. Okay, right. What is happening? Rook here. Can we do that? Threatening to take the bishop. Really complex. Definitely have compensation here. But is it enough? And I'm short in so short time. Okay, I'm just going to move the bishop to f4. I mean, I could have gone to h4, but because my time is short, I'm not going to calculate. I'm just going to play normal, natural moves quickly. I say that, and then I start thinking, come on. Definitely enough compensation with the two bishops, but maybe no more. So now threatening to take this one. So he defends. I'm just going to play a move. I've got a check. I can repeat if I want to. Time is so bad. Let's just... Draw is no good. I think he's got to repeat here, right? Let's just annoy that one. How do I make progress? Put the king here, try to play the ending like this. Going quiet again means I'm going into the zone. But I can't see a way to win this. Can anyone see a way to win this? I'm playing lots of weird ideas. Surely this is very dangerous for him. I can't see how. Oh. Must have been something good there. I couldn't see it. Bishop check, take the knight. What am I missing here, guys? Can you see it? Got all this pressure, but I've spent so much time on this position. I check, the knight comes in, bishop check. I keep the pressure up. My rook there seemed good, but I didn't want to move it away. Now he might be able to defend this. Got to try everything for the win. Not sure about that last move. I had a nice bind on the position. Did I need to do that? I'm not sure. Fuck, we just dropped this pawn. Oh, you idiot, Simon. Very stupid move. Ah, what am I doing here? That pawn was a key pawn as well. And I don't see how I'm playing this now. Oh, 2 seconds left. Very annoyed with my play, as always. Fuck, time is... tense is all I'm gonna say. Shit. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh. Yeah, I sometimes have to stop talking. Even me, Motormouth, the ginger Motormouth, to convert. And yeah, I think we were always pushing there. The opening gave us very interesting position, and I think we were doing all right. But when I dropped that key pawn in the ending, this e5 pawn, suddenly I'm in a lot of trouble. But we're straight into the next game, so this is a massive game. 4.5. If we win this one, we've done pretty well in the second section. There's a break after this, and we get to 5.5. So we're 2 points away then from 7.5. 7.5 is a good score. I haven't done the tromp. It's always fun to flip the tromp in. So let's give this a go. We've got another 2,800. So they're coming thick and fast today, which is kind of what we want. And d5 is one of the more solid ways to play. And now e5 is a good move. And I can't remember what I give against e5, so we're going to have to freestyle. Oh, don't play it, you bastard. Didn't want him to play it still, but he has, bastard. And what do we play here? So, yeah, my friend Blair told me, yeah, this is just a good move, and I should listen to him, but sometimes it's hard to listen to Blair. Hi, Blair. What do we do? I don't know. I'm talking too much. Let's develop. I don't know. Why not? It gives him a tempo, and then I can try and play it like a French defence. He could flick in e3, which is very interesting, but at least we get a bit of chaos. And surely with these 2 pawns, black's not doing that well. But yeah, this line, according to Blair, who's a really good theoretician, one of my best friends. See, I'm recovering now. I did dig a hole, but now I'm sort of putting it back in. Is apparently one of the better ways for black to play. But on the surface, it doesn't look great, right? Because of what's happening here. What is happening here? It takes this. Can we do this now? On the surface, it doesn't look good because he's got his double pawns. But what the hell do I know? Nothing by the looks of it. Okay, we have to take that. And now we have to get developed. So we have to get developed like this. So he's sacked a pawn. And I could get absolutely things put in my bottom here, couldn't I? Knight here. And things are starting to get put in my bottom, which I don't like. I don't want that knight to come there. Don't do it. You're doing it. And this is very, very scary. Oh, this is horrible. I should listen to Blair more often. And the problem is, if I go here, he's got some horrible idea with this check. But what else do I do? Am I going to get spanked here? This is not nice. If he takes here, I do have a cheeky queen a4. Yeah, I just leave me alone, please. You are literally trying to brutalize me here, and I'm not enjoying it at all. I have to take this is disgusting. I mean, when I say disgusting, I'm gonna have to look at this line. I've got absolutely rogered here, and all his pieces are attacking. And what can I do? He's just gonna take here. I have to move my king because otherwise, but then he's always got this check over here. So this is a disaster. Oh. So we need to get 3 out of 3 if we lose this one. But you're going to have opening disasters now and again. And it's annoying because it's one of those lines which I know I should look at. But I've just been like, it can wait. It's like the washing up, isn't it? The washing up line. It's like, I can do the washing up a little bit later. I can't. I don't want to do it now. Let's just leave it another hour. Sit down and watch some absolute shit program on TV instead. Let's watch the Antiques Roadshow. Because that's a lot of fun, isn't it? And yeah, I won't do the washing up. The washing up gets a little bit higher. And it's like, I'll go past the washing up, maybe get a beer or an ice cream. What's on TV now? Some other shit. Yeah, let's watch some other shit. And that is what this variation has been like. I should have looked at it. I didn't look at it. I'm regretting it. And I'll be amazed if I survive this. I mean, look at these bishops. Look at these rooks. The rook coming here. This is horrendous. And now if I go here, there's bound to be something nasty happening to me. But I don't know what else I can do here. I mean, this is just... Ugh. I mean, I'm going to vomit in a minute how bad this is. This is like... I mean, does he just take here? I'm trying to take the bishop. But even then, look at these guys. I mean, everything wins. This is not just like... He doesn't just have like one win. The only problem he's got is he's got too many good moves. And believe it or not, that can be an issue. Now, do I play here and pray? I don't really know what I'm doing here. Rook here and pray. Maybe that's safer. He comes here then. Ugh. Okay, we have to go here first. And I've got... Okay, he's down on time. Okay, yes. He's really... I'm just waiting for the final blow here. I just feel it's going to come. And now this one is ready, right? Okay, if I go here... God, this is... Where is the mate? This is like... He's got to have a mate here. If he doesn't have a mate, I would be amazed. Look at all his pieces. I'm groveling like El Groveloto. He's taking his time. He's trying to find the mate. He's trying to play perfectly. He doesn't need to play perfectly. He just needs to beat me. If I go here, he takes here. I mean, this is bloody disgusting. Can I take that one now? But then how do I defend this at the end? Rook F1. Look at this. I will go into the hole. Let's go into the hole. I have to defend this. I don't see what else I can do. And I've got queen takes c5. So I'm somehow... not really grovelling, am I? Oh, check. I thought I was grovelling, but this move has done me in. How do I defend this? I can't see a way. Bugger. I look like I was doing... It looks like I was getting out of that. I can't see a way. Can you see a way? I can't see a way. Oh, man. What happened there? What happened there? And the mouse does its job. Okay, I will lose. Oh, just when I thought I was getting back into the game as well. Oh, that was horrible. Let's have a look at that, because that was really, like, not pleasant. I need to win the last 3 now. And, yeah, look how bad the position is already for white after I take here. So we can't take there. We need to just play knight c3. But this whole variation, I'm going to have a serious think about. I don't do very well with a tromp when they go d5. And my opponent, obviously, very well prepared. And when I took here, this is just a disaster. And my position is so hard to develop. And everything was coming in to kill me. And yeah, queen e7 I thought was just game over, but this can't be bad either. And it's disgusting, but look at it. Did I ever have a chance? I felt like I was defending like a hero at one point. And he got very short time, but it didn't even work. He did find this rook d1, and he was winning. I reckon he had a really good high cheating score there. Joking, he wasn't. I don't mean
that was a tough game that didn't go your way. But there are some good moves to review together.
Okay, don't tell me I'm that bad. I know I'm bad, but not that bad. Okay, so we got the last bit to come. And it's just nice to be back here. Let me know how you've been in the comments. You've been doing all right these last couple of weeks. I did try to do Title Tuesday last week, but my internet went down, believe it or not, and it was even worse. My mouse skills than normal. They were like dial-up. I was basically on dial-up internet. It was a bloody joke. What else has been going on? Well, quite a lot of things. You know, things always go on in life, don't they? But I'm meeting a friend tomorrow and having some beer. So I'm really looking forward to that. Even though I'm getting older and the hangovers get worse, it's going to be fun to drink some beer. Yes. It's always a nice relief for me. Say what you want. This is what I do. Got Reykjavik Open coming up, so I need to try and get some research in for that. So this is all good practice for that. I do actually now like playing longer time limits than Blitz, because I'm basically just too slow. I think the lines main has been helping a little bit of, been injecting a bit of fresh lines main into me every morning. You know, one there, and one in the eyeball. It's been giving me a bit of a brain boost. So, you know, I think that's also helped me. It's not showing at the moment, but over the board, I think it has its time to mature in me and grow. So lines main, I do recommend. It seems to sharpen up a little bit. And the next thing I need to do is just get back into exercising, because that is the key thing, isn't it? I mean, as we all probably know, we can enjoy ourselves, but exercise is so good for the mental health, which, you know, I'm sure other people out there struggle from in this tough world, but it's just good. So that's another thing I'm going to concentrate on: beer and exercising. It's like the yo-yos of life, right? And why are things that are so much fun so bad for you? It's just not fair, is it? It's just not fair. So yeah, it's the yo-yos of life, and we're you know, but hence we do our best. Okay, so a little break now, and we're gonna win the next 3 games. I mean, we're not playing terribly. That was an unfortunate opening choice. I won't play the tromp again until I've really looked at this line and found some ideas, because otherwise I might as well undress, paint a target on me, and just say slap me or shoot me or something, you know, become a moving naked target running around town for chess players to hunt. Peculiar. So next game will be starting soon. Right, so the big challenge now. Oh, come on, playing Alexandra Kosteniuk. I've only just seen her playing. She's she's a tasty player. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to do the French defence, but I have a lot of respect for Alexandra, and she's playing the exchange French. Why? Why do this to me? And we need to get 3 out of 3 to to get something. That's a strange check because it allows me to do this, and she's playing very safely here. I guess trying to avoid any of my tactics. I mean, that check should really help me, but she might be aiming for some 95 stuff, I guess, but I don't believe this check and coming back is a good idea. It doesn't look like it should be a good idea because this is a bit overextended now. So how can we play this? Well, knight here is the most aggressive, and I'm going to do this with the idea of putting a bishop on d6 because the bishop on f4 seems very strong, and I've got queen f6 ideas as well, and maybe even g5 ideas. So this seems to be, I'm going to say, a safe way to play, and getting rid of this strong bishop because it kind of makes f4 a nice target for my pieces. So she simply steps back. Now knight here is the kind of crazy move that I know I shouldn't play, but I'm looking at. Stop it, Simon. Queen here takes bishop f3 is interesting because now this is certainly an idea. I think she's got to eliminate my knight before I can play something like this. And after knight takes, so she's got to do this. And I should be comfortable in this position because this square gives me a decent hold. Now we will castle queenside, so we keep the file over here open, and open files are important, so we're piling on this, just playing logical moves. And now if I go here, she'll have to play b3. Why is someone always trying to ring me? Okay, let's do it. Let's go here. Must force b3 because she's got to stop this one coming in, and of course she realizes that. And I think this setup would be okay for me, but can I somehow get in on these dart squares? I don't see how I can at the moment. Maybe my queen should come over here. That would mean moving my bishop out the way. Bit peculiar to play like this. Doesn't seem the most natural way, but could have played this last move. This might have been more to the point last move, and she's now aiming to annoy that pawn. So the queen comes in. She takes here, and then knight here takes check. I mean, it might be a draw, right? I mean, it's quite a pretty draw. Oh no, she's got bishop back first, so we have to defend. No, we don't have to defend that pawn. Let's push that pawn. That was one of the ideas I wanted to do originally. And I kind of put this knight in a silly square if I'm not coming forwards, but now if the queen ever comes in, bishop c1 is happening to me. This knight has not done a good job. She's kind of outplaying me at this part of the game, I have to admit. It feels like my pieces are going the wrong way. So the knight clearly was wrong over there, and I need to try and get it a bit more centralized. And it could be some mass exchanges, but I think my knight is a pretty okay piece, and we want to try to move it in to the right squares. Decent waiting move there, and is it time now to exchange off? Let's do that. So let's exchange off. I'd love to have my bishop in a more active range, but I can't see how that's going to happen. And this is the square. I'm really thinking, how can I get a piece there? So I could do some long-winded maneuver like this and try to get it in like this way. This is a great tactic for thinking to improve your positional play immediately. Is think of a square you want to get a piece to, and then reroute it back, and then you find the maneuver. So you look at that square. I'd love to get a knight there. And, ooh, tactics. don't do them. That's not nice. I'd love to get the queens off, but didn't see this move. That's sharp. King here takes here. Rook here. Can I go rook here? Not sure about this. Because she gets her rook in and I have to go back. And then she comes here. It's annoying. Yeah, my maneuver was very slow. Here, here. Here, bishop here. Not liking this anymore. I misplayed it. Yeah, f4 was clearly the move I was scared about. I have to try this. And play this position now. And now she's opening up things for her bishops. Which seems like a very wise choice. But still just about holding it together at this moment in time. Can this knight get in somewhere? Well, we'll keep doing this maneuver. Try to bring it around somewhere like this, which she stops. So now I've got to find another route for the knight to come in. Do we play this one and try to simplify? Not sure. She could even come in here. Oh, she can come in here. Maybe she should have done that first, because now I have this check to potentially hold things together. But the bishop comes in now. She's definitely outplaying me now. This way as well. This is not nice. Oh dear. Oh, my time. Yeah, I'm losing at the end there anyway. So, tough game. Started to drift. I got a little bit too aggressive ideas around towards her king. At this point, I think my position is totally fine. And maybe I should even be trying to get more from this here. Knight d2. I mean, this must be okay, but I'll show you where I drifted. I mean, this is kind of equal. It's a bit dull. I don't really like playing these positions. I lose a bit of interest. And I tried to make it interesting with knight b6, but this is... I played rook here first. Maybe I didn't even need to go rook there. But knight b6, b3. Oh, this is a nice maneuver. Get the knight around this way. This is what I should be doing. I should be really homing in on a square like this. Or even the knight can come to b5. So knight a8 is a really nice maneuver. Bringing it to one of these two squares. Because on b6 on its own, it's not good. But okay, around here, it's still alright. But the problem really started when I moved my knight, and this was a big error. I mean, I could just keep it simple. Maybe I should just exchange this one off. This can't be too bad. Okay, f takes. I'm not too worried here. We can just move the queen. But she played well, and she outplayed me in the ending. So I didn't expect to get such a tough pairing as Alexandra, but we'll just have to recover now and try to do something with the last two games, right? So yeah, what else can we do? Okay, the black line was a lot of fun, so we'll try that, and we're just trying to get to 6.5 now, which is at least over 50%. I think the only game I really got outplayed was that last one against Alexandra, and even there, I mean, one of my issues again, a bit too short time, isn't it? So we're trying to pick up on that. Okay, so this system should be fine for black. I have recommended this as potentially a way for white to try and play, but this setup here is, I would have thought, quite good. And if I can consolidate this e5 square, positionally speaking, black's doing well. It just depends on any tactics, like here, is there a rook takes d6? Sorry, I mean here, bishop d6, obviously. I don't think there's a rook takes d6. I think I can safely take that one. And the kind of setup I'd like is like bishop d6, bishop e6, move the knight, f6, and then later on we go for this weak pawn. So my opponent is aiming not to allow me to have all the fun. So again, this is probably some theory that I might have even invented for white, this line. Now, can we go here, but then bishop here? I don't really want to take that because it sorts out my opponent's pawns. So I'm going to have to try this one, but now rook takes is a bit more tempting. And bishop here, but I do have knight d7. Okay, so we've got to watch out for the b5 square. This is an idea. So let's go a6. And I'm kind of very happy my opponent's moved the knight away from that square. This could still be all right for white because I have these damaged pawns, but I have this strong knight now, so that gives me a little bit of faith. And let's put the bishop on this weird square just so we can develop it and stop a rook coming to f1. Probably rook d8 to defend this one, and c5 is the kind of thing I'm doing. So, right, so my opponent moves the bishop there. I'll centralize it, so now no rook can come here. I'm really not worried about this one capturing, and then my opponent comes back. Now, I guess bishop e7 is a good move to have, because if I want to play for win, I'm not going to be able to stop this move. And I'm really relying on the power of the knight and the two bishops here to try and grind something out of this. And what's that one doing? Anything going on there? I don't see what's happening, so let's give it a kick. And also, this was the one move I was thinking my opponent could play, but now, do I want to do this? I'm not sure. We'll do it, but I'm not sure because of this d5. Okay, it comes back. I'll come back again, but I want to get rid of that knight. And yeah, so this is the one square I'm sort of relying on, and my opponent can now exchange it off, but that will fix my pawns at the same time. So Heidi ho, Heidi hum, and off we go. Yeah, I would recommend to anyone out there who's watching this, like it's all fun and games playing blitz chess. Well, it's not that much fun. It's actually pretty bloody agonising, especially when I'm playing and I'm blundering pieces and not seeing stuff. You must be screaming at home, "Patzer, you're such a bloody idiot. I know, but I'm probably better than you. Just remember that, all right? Before you criticise, just shut the..." Okay, yeah, anyway, calm down, Simon. You gotta be nice. You gotta be nice to people. And all right, what are we doing here? So this is also quite annoying. Everything's quite annoying, isn't it? So my opponent did get the knight in here, and this is why I did not want to move this pawn, because there's massive square here, and I'm not actually enjoying this position so much anymore. Did I ever enjoy this? I get too many sodding endings today. I don't want to play a pathetic move like this, but what else can we do? And now this one, I have to take it, and the rook comes in. It's a bit of a bind, but I have my beautiful knight. And the issue is if I flick that in, my opponent comes with check. So okay, so now I'm in this kind of bind. How are we going to get out of this bind is the question. And I've got to move my bishop, but I can't move my bishop at the moment. So I need to somehow get rid of this very strong knight here. My opponent is probing away. Okay, come back. We're going to have to wait. We're going to have to change plans. It's certainly in a bind here, right? Very uncomfortable bind. How do we get out of this? I can't get my bishop out that way. My bishop can't get out, so I need to go here, here, and here. So let's do this first. This is the only way I can think about getting my bishop out. Okay, so my opponent stops. I'm going to have to give the pawn up. This pawn is not irrelevant. It's more important to develop the bishop, because then my rook might better play. So the bishop at least can come out now. That's something. And if I go here, it's getting very drawish. And my opponent's, of course, not going to swap. If I take there, this one goes. So I've got to keep pieces on to give myself... I mean, I probably shouldn't be trying to win this, but we're always going to do that. Some opportunities, and this has improved things greatly. So now it's time to come with this, right? Bishop takes... Oh, my opponent mouse slipped. Oh, that makes such a nice change. I'm so used to me being the mouse slipper, and now the mouse slippy. Thank you. You know, it does. I'm normally the mouse slipper. What I've realised is I prefer, you can't see it, the cheapest mouse, the better. I was trying playing with this like £80 mouse I bought when I was rich a long time last week, and I was like, this mouse is too complicated. There's too many buttons. It's got speed settings. I don't need speed while I'm playing chess. It might help me a little bit, if you know what I mean. But I just thought this mouse is not good. Get the cheapest mouse you can get, £2.99 off Amazon, and there you go. No more mistakes. Boom. Give me that cheap mouse. That's what I want. That's the way I roll. I like cheap shit. Oh yeah. So one more game to go, and whatever happens, we have 50%. Hallelujah. And we're trying to have some fun in the last game, just to see if we can, basically create a positive score. So let's fingers crossed for that one, and that will start any second. Okay, so last game, and we always flick in a bit of birds action, so we do that, and I've changed my mind. I'm going to go into normal kind of stuff. My opponent's playing this modern without thinking, which is always pleasant when they don't think. And it's kind of a battle between his modern opening and this bird's kind of Dutch opening that I often play. And we would love it for him to castle, because then we got a ready-made attacked. And he has castled, so this is a very risky play from him, because the standard idea is bishop here, knight here, checkmate. And he could get in a lot of trouble trying to defend this. This pin also a little bit uncomfortable. This is a good move, though. He had to play something like e6, otherwise he's just going to get smashed. And all my pieces are now going to train in on the king side. I like sort of bringing a knight to d1. Often find it comes over to g4 later on, and the other way it can come in is to f5 if he gets crazy and takes it twice. I didn't realise he's actually got quite a high rating, hasn't he? 2777. I'm playing some quite high rated players, and my mere crappy rating of 2637. I say crappy rating, I know it's not bad, and probably a lot of people dream of that, but you have to remember I have dedicated myself to this sport for a number of years, and I should really be at least 3,000 the amount of hours I've put in. So is he going to move the queen here and attack this geezer? That's quite possibly his idea, and I would love to get these two moves in. Now I've got every piece on this side of the board, the king side, where it matters. We don't care about the other side. Just get the king side. All the red areas, this is their king side. This is where we control. We want this area of the board. Look at it. I was painting a nice picture there. Thank you very much. So let's move into this lovely area of the board. Is there some nasty little tactic here? I hope not. Okay, what have I missed? I've missed something, haven't I? I've missed something. What have I missed? I've missed something. What have I missed? I've missed this, have I? Really? Does this work? Is this legal? Can't do things like that. Okay, that was rude, but I don't know. I don't really believe it somehow. Now, king here is ridiculous, but he can take, and go knight here, check. Flipping heck, that's a bit cheeky. Maybe this works for him. Knight here, and I attack, sacrifice a piece. Now knight here doesn't work either. Is this a brilliant tactic? Because a check here. A random attack is possible. What else can I do here? If I move the knight, he takes, and then I don't know, that just okay, then rook here, and he takes here. Is anything there? And then I take on g6. But there's something going on here. What is this? So here takes rook f2. That seems like, to my eyes at the moment, the best option maybe, but I'm taking so much bloody time, aren't I? Knight here. Quite a crafty tactic he's done. Or is it knight? I don't know, here. Okay. All right, we'll go for this. But yeah, that was a very nice tactic that he pulled off there, because king f2 doesn't work because the queen takes here and knight g4 check. So I did feel it might be a bit loose there, and he found this very clever h6 idea. So we're going to go for this. I mean, maybe some initiative I still have, I would have thought, but is it enough? And I've tanked a lot of time, so he's still using tactics to come through here. This is a nice move as well. He's just going to take there. Yeah, and I don't really see what I'm doing here. So, it looks like we're going to have to content ourselves with 50%. I don't like this move because of this diagonal, but it's already gone wrong. So, nice tactical ability there. Some tough games today. My opponent's playing pretty juicy chess, and this is horrible. I mean, I've got no way to attack. If h4, he comes here. I can't move anything in this position. Maybe here, bishop here, but this one's dropping. This is just disgusting. I could go here and try taking here, I suppose, but he's looking now for the finish. Is he going to try to do it in style with queen takes e2, which might just be good? Takes. Rook g2 ideas. He's got options. Okay. And yeah, this is one very good option. Why did I take that? I'm not even sure, but my position's already past it by now. And there we go. All right. Not a great Title Tuesday, but at least we're back. We have to play better than that next time. 50%. Hey ho. It can only get better in the future. Cheers. Throw a like my way, and I'll see you all soon.